All right, all right, all right. Out here, the piss is hot. The boys are fired up. We're bopping right now. I got my guy Josh Jacobs. I got Slade fucking Bolden co-hosting right now. Let's get after it.
One of the not only the best people I've been around, but one of the best just all around athletes. Like your story, man, it's so impressive because I grew up in a broken household, like addictive parents, and for you to kind of get through that, go through that adversity, and then also similar to me, play quarterback, underlooked, undersized, even though you were a dog in high school, but you didn't get the Bama off until signing day, right?
Yeah, man. So like, it's funny because I actually never really told this part of the story, but
Yeah.
Saban actually just told it like a week or two ago. Like I had no stars, bro,
Yeah.
coming in. So like when Coach Burns came and watched me play, I was hooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I seen him come in, I'm like, oh yeah,
I heard you're nice too,
oh yeah.
like bunnies.
Huddle tape,
I
was crazy.
had a couple of small D1 scholarships for basketball, but he came in and watched me play, man, and they took a chance on me. And I tell people all the time, man, the thing that I remember most sitting down with Saban was we never talked about football. Like he sat me down and he told me like, okay, this is what I can do to help your life, and this is how I can make you grow as a man, and that's what really sold me.
And look, same here, because at the end of the day, not only did I want to compete with the best, play against the best, but what's going to make me the best player I can be, but the best man I can be. And I think playing for Coach Saban, playing at Bama, that is exactly the best place for that to happen. And so you go to Bama, you're in a loaded running back room with my dogs too, everybody's dogs, similar to me. I was around 5 first-round receivers, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's so hard to kind of make your way and get your opportunity to, at least get on the field and make something shake. And that's exactly what you're able to do, because I felt like every time he touched that rock in college, it was going to be explosive
With a
play.
purpose.
Oh, my God, 100%. So, like, being in that room and being, not maybe the starter every Saturday, but being around those guys like Dame and Derek and Bo and all these guys that you play with, and shoot, Najee. Yeah, I mean, and the list can go, B-Rob. I mean, we had so many guys. How do you think that shaped you as a player to help you, like, at the next level?
Man, believe it or not, so like coming into college, like I said, I had no stars. So like I didn't really know. I went to Bama really to prove to myself that I belong.
Same here.
Like, I went to prove that I could play at the highest level with the greatest. I mean, we came in, BJ Emmons was the #1 running back, maybe even the #1 athlete in football that year.
Yeah, I remember.
And he came, and I'm like, this is the guy I'm gonna have to compete with on top of Bo and Damian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Derek was gone.
Derek was gone, but like he still was around. So I was like, man, like coming in, and then I just remembered like I was with the twos, and the twos always got to go against the ones.
Yeah.
During camp.
Fall camp.
And I remember
where we
we
shine, though.
have a scrimmage every like Saturday leading up, and I remember I was like, I scored twice, and I was the only running back that scored in a day, and then everybody just kept asking me. It was like, bro, who the little dude with the fro?
Right.
Bro, I came in at
Before you
Bama.
got twisted.
I cut my hair.
Yeah.
But like, I came in at Bama. I was like 180.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I put on 30 pounds while I was there.
Got you right.
But the thing about it, like you say, either it's gonna build you or it's gonna break you.
Right. Yep.
And it was just one of them situations where if you matched the intensity, if you did everything that Saban was telling you, balled in, you went to school, like everything that he taught you, like financial literacy, all of these things, that you knew that you was going to become a better person. And I remember my junior year when my coaches was coming up to me like on a slide, and they was like, man, you need to leave. And I'm like, leave?
What?
I'm not even a starter. Like, what are we talking
Yeah.
about, leave? And then he was like, we hearing you got a first-round grade.
Yeah.
And then I left and was the first running back took off the board. So,
Right.
man,
Right.
I mean, God has
Hell
a plan
yeah.
for everything.
Hell yeah.
It's just smooth.
100%. What? And that's why, because when you did get that opportunity, you took full advantage. And similar to me and you, like, the reason I was not, like, you wanted to prove, hey, I belong here, I can play. I always say this. I was never worried about proving people wrong. I was worried about proving myself right.
Right, come on.
And
man.
being around those guys that I played with, all those first-round picks, I would have never been the receiver I became if I was never around those guys.
Iron sharpens
'Cause
iron.
like you.
100%.
And I was basically Wildcat quarterback in high
Gotta
school.
be your
you know?
best. Come on.
And never really played receiver. So, man, it's so great to hear that story. And then, you go first round, right? Go to the Raiders. Not the best team, best organization. Like as in success-wise, not the best O-line, but you still just put up numbers and still just like I was talking to Chad, our agent, and just being like, man, like that after the contest, it don't matter if it's a Red Sea or it's stuffed at the line. You're gonna make something shake and get through there, and man, like this year, unbelievable. But like, tell me, like, kind of that process of playing with the Raiders and then, kind of not having success and now going with Green Bay, who's a very successful organization and a better, offense.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
Yeah, just tell me what
So
how
for
that
me,
went.
man, like I was always one of them guys where I wanted to play at one place. I always view Kobe like he played one place.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. But, after a while, when you start winning all the individual accolades, you start getting all these awards and things like that, like the only thing you start to think about is like, damn, I want to win. Like, I want to win. Like, I want to be the team at the end of the year hosting up the trophy. I want to be one of them guys where you talk about legacy, you talk about playoffs, you talk about all of these things. I wanted to be a part of that. I want to see what that felt like. So when it was time for me to make the decision, free agency, to leave or not, I'm like, okay, I'm one of two guys that's the face of this organization, literally the face since I've been
No
a
doubt.
rookie.
You and Max, yeah.
So I'm like, man, like, what more do I have to prove to y'all that I belong here?
Right.
So when Green Bay came, man, I knew it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I knew they had a lot of young guys with a lot of talent. I knew they had a great quarterback. I'm like, okay, let me go experience this out.
Yeah.
And this happened to ball last year, man, and it's crazy because I left a lot on the table. I be telling people all the time.
Well, that's because that's what makes you great.
Come
That's
on,
what makes
man.
you great.
I left a lot on the table, probably like 300, 400 yards, but, man, that still was a great season.
Hell yeah, it was.
Playing at a high level where Alabama essentially is an NFL team in college. Did you have a welcome to the league moment?
Welcome to the league. I know in college I definitely had a welcome to Reuben Foster, best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
To this day, the only one that I could compare him to is Fred Warner.
Yeah.
To this day, the best I've ever seen. But I would say my welcome to the league, probably my rookie year, I was in Minnesota playing against the Vikings. That time, their whole defense had played together for at least 4 or 5 years.
They had some chemistry.
Yeah.
When I say, like, my first option, my second option, my third option, all gone. Like, they wasn't hitting hard, but, like, everybody was in the right spot. I'm like, that was the most frustrating game of my career. I'm sitting on the sideline like, what do you want me to do?
Damn, I can't get through the line.
Like, for real, that was good.
Yeah, I love that shit.
In your life, like anything, adversity is going to strike. When adversity strikes, what's your go-to on how you're going to respond?
Man, so me personally, man, like, I pray.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that calms me down. Like, even in the morning, I got a 10-minute drive to work. I pray every morning on my routine on the way to work.
Love that, bro.
But for me, I always tend to pray, and then I look back, and I be like, man, I've been through way, way harder shit in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I kind of look at the grand scheme of things like, this is peanuts. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the thing that I try to do. I try to look at it from a bigger perspective. And then normally, too, in my experience, whenever you go through something hard, in that moment, it feels hard.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you get out of it, you look back on it, you like, it wasn't that bad. I could do it. I could do it
I
again.
eat those.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it is what it is.
Bro, Josh, so crazy, man. Like, it's funny how it got to a podcast for us to kind of hear this. And for me personally, man, because, like, the more you talk and more you talk about, like, not only, what your upbringing and how you got through adversity with that, but also, dealing with adversity now. Bro, it's like we're like the same dude. Like, I swear, like, it's crazy how the Lord works, because that's one thing. Like, when I know, like, when I'm sitting there and I'm a free agent, and I'm like, man, like, am I done? Is my career over? I look back, I pray, and I'm like, man, I'm blessed. Like,
Come on, man.
the amount of experiences, the people I've met,
Come on.
not many people have, barely any people have been able to experience those kind of things. And I'm like, why am I complaining? Why am I worried about what's next? Like, I'm good. Like, I've been so blessed. So I really love hearing that, because at the end of the day, I think that is the best way. You could do whatever, go meditate. You can go read books, self-talk, bros, whatever.
Listen to Bring the Juice to calm you down.
Yeah, of course.
We'll get you
Right.
fired up.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's all here, and it's like you got to kind of come to a realization that, man, everything's going to be fine. As long as I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing to the best of my ability, it's all going to work out.
It's all going to take care of itself.
So I love hearing that, Josh, man, for real.
Going through the motions is something too many people do in this world.
Yeah.
You guys obviously are held at a higher standard. Josh, I know you got goals. How do you set your goals, and what's your plan to achieve them? Let's use this upcoming season as an example.
You know what's crazy? Like, I tell people, and I might be the weirdest person when it comes to this, but like, I never set goals for myself. But I
Really?
also
don't either.
I also never set limitations on myself. I believe in, like,
That's a bar.
if I come in and I do what I'm supposed to do on a day-to-day basis, everything is gonna play out how it's supposed to play out.
No doubt.
And like whatever it looked like, I can live with because I know that I came and attacked the day each day. So that's kind of how I view it.
I honestly, after hearing you say that, it's the truth because
Yeah, no
what
doubt.
are you gonna do? Like at the end of the day, okay, I got goals.
Yeah.
That's
What's
great.
next?
All I know is I gotta wake up and run through a motherfucker's face every
Literally.
day. I need to be the best version.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you got time on your hands still, you're bullshitting, like, bro, you're not being the best version of yourself you
bro.
could be.
No.
You can't leave cheddar on the table like that.
Not at all.
I think setting goals is great, right? But at the end of the day, for me, it's like, no, that's not enough.
It's
I
not
got to go
enough.
get it. Like, we both come from nothing.
Come on.
Like, how am I going to change the trajectory of my kids' lives and my family, my last name? I can't just sit on my ass. I want to make this amount of money, or I want to achieve this goal. I want to get this award. Yeah, but what's next? That's
Right.
not enough. And I think that's just, Saban helped us and instilled those values in us. But I think just how, me
bring
and you
it up.
both you going through adversity at a young age. It's like you learn and you battle, and you eventually it's like, hey, I got to do this. I got to
Come on,
go
man.
get this no matter what. And like Frank said, if somebody's in the fucking way, I'm going to run through their
Come
face.
on, man. And that's the thing. Like, I tell people all the time, I like me in any situation.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to believe in myself because I know that I prepared and I took the time to experience things and feel things out to be able to know that I'm going to be okay in anything I experience. So,
No doubt. I love
Last
it.
thing. I feel like the running back position has got disrespected lately.
Yeah.
yeah.
I knew we were going to talk about this.
I'm sure you talked to a few of the other dudes around the league. Obviously, a lot of them come through the Bama pipeline.
Yeah.
Do y'all have a group message y'all discussed and said, hey, we need to get some fucking respect?
Yeah.
We did like a year or two ago. We all sat down, all the running backs, and we had a couple Zoom calls about just basically where the market was heading, how we viewed it, and how we feel like we valued and things like that. But obviously, with the type of year running backs had this year, the way that the teams depended on them, like every team that was in the playoffs ran the ball, things like that. I think the market is in good hands, man. I mean, you see what Saquon's doing. You see what Bijan, Jameer, Kyron, all of these guys that's coming up to get paid is doing. So, like, I think the market is going to be in good hands.
No doubt.
Last thing, I lied. What's the most rocking atmosphere you've been in part of in your football career? Rocking, like pure juice.
Mine is probably going to be the same one. Unless it's,
It's either Bama at night or LSU at night.
yeah.
LSU at night, Death Valley.
Nothing in the league compares to it.
Nah, bro, it's different, bro. That college atmosphere is way different than the league. Like, the league, some places it get crazy.
Yeah.
But it's still not the same. But you also got to think, it's about 300, 400, 30 to 40,000 more fans
bro.
in a college stadium.
Wow.
It's the SEC,
So, like,
yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, it's just different.
Yep.
It's just different.